that's gonna be the best comeback intro you've ever seen. Not even 1 minute into the video and we are already copyrighted. Today, we are talking about electricity in a van. I know, don't worry guys, this is not gonna be a physics class. I'm gonna do my best to keep you guys from falling asleep. Now here's the thing, I need a very good electrical system in my van. It needs to be powerful enough to power all my appliances, charge all my camera gear, laptop, phone, so that I can live and work full-time on the road. Only problem is that I have no knowledge about electricity whatsoever. So here's how me and my father, who are both amateurs in the matter, managed to get through the electrical system. You can divide our process into 3 stages: research, planning, and installation. At the beginning, I wanted to do all the electrical system on my own, just for the safety of being able to repair it if I needed to. But the more we got into our research, the more we realized that we wanted somebody professional to help us. That's where Top Solar comes in. They are a company in Luxembourg that work with renewable energies, especially with solar energy. When we asked them for advice, we quickly came to the conclusion that for all of my appliances, I needed at least 200 amp hours of batteries, 370 watts of solar, and a 2000 watt inverter. I know that was a lot of numbers, so let's break it down. 200 amp hours is the battery life of your batteries. If your electricity runs at 200 amps constantly, it means that your battery is gonna be empty in 1 hour. Easy. 375 watts is the maximum charge that my solar can put out when running at 100%. And 2000 watts is the maximum intensity that your inverter can put out, which means that if your inverter has 2000 watts, you can't use more than 2000 watts of appliances all at the same time. Whew! Okay, let's take a deep breath. I also wanted my charging setup to be as versatile as possible, so they proposed me a setup that enables me to charge my batteries with the solar power from the roof, through an external power socket with a cable, or through the alternator of the car, so that I can charge my batteries whenever I'm driving. With all that done, we asked Top Solar to send us an estimate of the cost. Yeah, safe to say the electrical system is by far the most expensive thing in my van. You should really consider that. If you want a decent electrical setup, you're gonna pay that money. After everything was ordered, we got down to planning the entire layout of the electrical setup. We needed to find out where every cable would go, as well as where all the light switches and power sockets would go. In order to do that, I drew a map of all the lights and power sockets in the van. The lights are divided in 3 sections: kitchen overhead lights, ceiling lights, and indirect/ambient lighting. Yeah, you know, these fancy LED striped lights that you see everywhere. Yeah, I want those. Now that we knew where everything needed to go, we could start laying the first cables. We started with the cables for the lights and then worked our way to the cables for the power sockets. We used cable trenches to protect them from damage, and we pulled them through the cavities of the van to the location that we needed them to be. At the back of the van, in the bed, we built 2 boxes for the power sockets and the light switches to go in. Then we installed the batteries and the solar charging setup underneath the bed. And now all that was left to do was to connect everything to the power. And so we went to Top Solar. They showed us how everything needed to be done so that we could then do the same thing.
Gut. Ja, maar ja. Dat is de eerste.
Die dingen moeten we maken.
Onophoor.
They helped us choose the right cables. For example, the batteries need bigger cables. If you don't have the right cable size for the batteries, they're gonna heat up so much they start catch fire. Yeah, that's a thing. The good thing is that we could install most of the things on our own, but we did it under their supervision, so we could do it in a right and safe manner.
Also, da ist mal Strom im Auto drauf.
I now actually know where everything is, and I'm a bit more hopeful that if there ever is something that breaks down, I might be able to repair it or at least change a cable. But then I also have the faith that everything is safe and nothing's just gonna randomly catch fire. So yeah, if you live in Luxembourg and you want to have some help with your electrical system, I will link their website below so that you can actually contact them. After installing everything, we also checked the entire system to see if every cable was installed in the right direction and we didn't mix up negative and positive poles.
Ja, du musst, dann muss man sagen. Ja, absolut, du musst. Ich vertraue nicht mehr.
And then we also turned everything on and checked if it was working, and it was. All of the devices from our electrical setup are from Victron. One good thing is that I can monitor all of my charging with their app, so I actually know when the solar is charging, how much it is charging, how much my batteries are charged, all of that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much everything about the electrical setup. I hope you're not sleeping. I didn't want to make a tutorial. I just wanted to share my experience. But if you want to have some advice for the electrical setup, I'm going to leave some of the resources that I found quite helpful in the description below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's good to be back, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe. That's it. See you.